welcome back to our channel. As you guys can see in the title, today is a special day. Today is our pre-drywall walkthrough, which means that we are getting closer to the house being built and closer to closing date. Excited? What? What is that? Alright, so you know we are always honest with you guys and been taking you along this journey. We have been feeling a little bit anxiety with going to this walkthrough just because we've been having, I don't want to say issues, I mean there's been some things going on and that we're not too happy about, so we're going to address some things today. And I'm not really good with confrontation or whatever. Darius is gonna do most of the talking since I don't want to say things the wrong way. Darius knows how to say things the nice way, but also I'm serious way. Meanwhile me, I just be like, I don't give a, I'll just say it. I'm just gonna be quiet during this time. Well, if you guys are new to the channel, if you don't know us, I'm Ashley and this is Darius. We are building our semi-custom home. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button and check out our old videos, our past videos. We've been documenting this whole entire process for our semi-custom home from start all the way to finish. Right now I feel like we're in the middle point. People can't drive. So yeah, we just want to give you guys like an update from our last update video. All the links are down below from our previous videos. So last time we went in, our last video we talked about how they were waiting for the windows. We don't know if they have the windows yet. Last time we checked the house was on Sunday. Today's Wednesday. Today is May 5th. So we saw the house on Sunday. There were still no windows there, but we did see that they cut out the holes from like the wrapping of the house. They cut out the holes for the windows. So I was like, oh, the windows are coming. But we did see a mistake from just looking on the outside, that there were 2 whole windows missing. And that gave me a lot of anxiety. Like, why are 2 whole windows missing? Like, the model that we chose is the actual model house. And there's a lot of other houses that have the same floor plan and stuff like that. And we looked around, like those windows are supposed to be there. And those windows are not like considered upgrades or anything like that. So I'm just like, why would they miss those 2 windows? Like, did they forget? And if you guys watched our previous video, we talked about how they forgot our tip on top of the doorway, which they have done. They fixed that and they put the shingles on top of that little point. But 2 whole windows missing, we just like started not to like trust you. This process is like, it was all fun in the beginning, picking out, so exciting, but now when it gets to the nitty-gritty stuff, it's like just certain things just rub us the wrong way.
It's the time for that. Like, it's early enough now to, if you see something that's not how it's supposed to be, then they can fix it. I'm not really worried about
He's not worried about that.
Yeah, you just gotta tell him like, yo, this is supposed to be here, right? I feel like today, the word of the day is confirm. Yeah. I just want to confirm that this is going to be like this. Yeah. I just want to confirm that we can't change. Just confirming.
Yeah. Another thing, we had an issue. Not really an issue, but like, so when you go into the design center, you pick out the colors of the outside of your house. So we know we wanted a black house, and we're like, okay, well, white will be cool here. But then, we saw a similar house in the neighborhood. It's not black, but it was like a dark navy blue. And we saw like it's like the point on the top of the house, it was white. That's what we chose, was white. And I was looking at it, I was like, I don't really like that. Like, I wish it was black too, because a lot of the other trimming is white. So I really wanted a full black house. So I didn't like the way it looked. And, I remember during our design center appointment, the property manager guy, he was just like, if you want to change anything, it's just going to be like a $250 fee to change. Like, he just kept saying at $250. So in our mind, we were just like, okay, well, let's tell him like we want to change the color of the outside of the house, because they're nowhere near that part. They have nothing on the outside. Still wood, like still wrapped up. Like I said, there wasn't even windows. Like, this was a couple weeks ago. So we hit up our realtor, we told him to contact him, which I hate that whole process to begin with, like to talk to our realtor, to talk to him. Like, I just like to talk to people directly, but according to him, like, it needs to go that way, that process way, that middleman thing, and that's annoying. That's a whole nother deal. So he hit him up, and he was like, oh, it's too late per the contract. So we're like, where does it say in the contract that you said $250 that we can change, And then we looked at the contract and it said like these can't be changed, aka like the colors of the outside of the house can't be changed. But our thing is just like, we're not asking for a whole new color. Like, it's literally we're literally saving you time and money, kind of, because like the whole house is already black. I just want that same color and just continue spray painting it to the top. That's all. Like, it's such a small part.
I don't know if, in their defense,
yeah,
it might be they ordered that piece and it's already white, so they don't paint it. Maybe they just put it up there and it's already that color.
I don't know that. We don't know that.
You know, it has that little texture. But I don't know.
So yeah, we've been making a little bit excuses for them. See, like, because he just said no right away. We're like, well, you know, it's the same color. Like, you know, our realtor said like he was trying to like, you know, push, you know, like, this is what they really want.
I didn't think that they would just turn down money.
Yeah, because we're willing to pay, even if it's more than $250. Like, we're willing to pay to change that color.
That's why I think it's more to it.
I don't know if it's, well, we don't know. That's what he's thinking, because we know that when they put the siding on the house, it's always beige. That's how it comes in, and then they spray paint it to the color that you want. So what I'm thinking is that, you know, that same tip or whatever. Accent gable. Yeah. That's the correct term. I'm thinking is that they can just continue painting over there, but Darius thinks it might be another piece that they already ordered already. Now, if that's the case, fine. But the property manager guy was being snotty with our realtor and just be like, no. Like, he didn't even like try to ask or nothing. He said, no, it's too late. Our realtor was just like, well, did you even ask like the builder? He was like, can I see? He was like, I emailed him or something. And the property manager guy was just like, no, I don't have to disclose that. Like, how do we know that you're really asking? We really don't really trust the property manager guy, whatever his title is. He's like the realtor of the community, because, you know, like I said in the last video, he kind of like lied to us saying that, oh yeah, that little tip on the thing goes afterwards or something like that. Meanwhile, we ran into the contractor guy and he blatantly said like they forgot it, you know? Like, why don't you just say, oh yeah, they forgot it, like, you know? So they try to like sugarcoat stuff. And after this whole situation, he was just like, no, I don't have to disclose that. Like, just being snotty, not even like trying to help us out or anything like that. Which, we watched a lot of YouTube videos of people saying that a lot of new construction homes, they start treating you differently after you get in the contract, because, you know, the value of the houses are going up. So let's say you get out your contract, they're just going to resell your house for like way more money than what you signed for. It's very unfortunate. This is like the kind of business that they doing. Not our builders doing that, but like a lot of other builders and properties, all the YouTube videos that we watch are like, this is a thing. And we can notice that their property manager guy, whatever, he was so nice to us in the beginning. It was like we were vibing, and then after this he was just like, I don't know about you anymore. So like I said, I'm always honest, and I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. You know, this is the stuff that we've been going through. I don't think it's like huge things, but I just don't like the way things are being handled. You know, there's certain ways you can say things, you know. It's been rubbing us the wrong way. That's what we're gonna be talked about today. So like the pre-drywall is basically supposed to like take pictures and videos of like before they put the walls up, so you know where the beams are if you want to hang something up, so you know where everything is at. It's also where you see like the wires for like the plumbing, electrical, and all that stuff like that. That's another thing that's kind of like an issue, is that, you know, when we look at pre-drywall checklist, and also, you know, Darius knows someone who's built like 6 custom homes. I don't know, 6. What the heck is 6 custom homes? Whatever, 6 custom homes. And she highly recommended to have our own pre-drywall inspection. So to hire someone like a third-party inspector to go behind the regular inspectors of the builders and stuff like that. I think the builder does an inspection, and then the city does an inspection, but they're like, you should have a third-party one just to hire someone that's there for you. And I was like, that makes sense. Me personally, I see it as like a baby. Like, our houses are a baby, and you want to have someone that's there for you, which is aka like a doula. You know, if you guys been with us for a while, you know that I gave birth naturally, I had a doula. So like, you know, it makes sense to have that third party that you're paying out of pocket to watch out for you and make sure everything is done right. But they've been iffy about that too, you know, like whenever exactly, I don't like that. So it's just like whenever a realtor like asks the property guy, he just sends the contract.
And that didn't even answer the question. Sending the contract basically said you can do it once the house is 100% complete. Yes, but We didn't ask about a home inspection when the house is 100% complete. We asked about a pre-drywall inspection, and it didn't say anything about
a pre-drywall.
And it didn't say in the contract, like, you only can do an inspection when the house is 100% complete. It didn't say that.
The wording does not say that.
It was just talking about when the house is complete, this is how the inspection goes. But there is a thing called a pre-drywall inspection, and it said nothing about that. So I didn't want to keep going back and forth, so I just said, don't worry about it. I'll just confirm with them when I see them today.
And it's more just for like our protection. It's not like, well, I mean, like, I don't want to say I don't trust them or whatever, but you know, it makes sense to like ease my mind, because once you put up those walls, there's no turning back. So you want to make sure all those wires are covered, are installed the right way to prevent any fires, any leaks and stuff like that. Like, there's so much things that go into a house that we know nothing about. So it makes sense to have an inspector before putting up the walls, because who knows how much it's going to cost to take down the whole wall. God forbid something happens in the future. Of course, like, the builder has like a 1-year warranty, but like, I feel like with those type of warranties, like, after that 1 year, probably a year and 1 day, once it's over, something's gonna happen, you know? Like, we've had that experience with our old house. So yeah, this is what we're gonna talk again about today with the pre-drywall inspection. You can hire one, or just as long as it doesn't, like, not for pre-drywall, but more for like after, like, the final walkthrough or whatever, just as long as it doesn't delay on their end. Which makes sense, you know, because they're on a time schedule, and we don't really want to deal with that property guy anymore. Like, we just want to talk straight to the builder, the contractor, whoever is doing it, because when we ran into that guy, he was so friendly, so nice. He was straightforward. I wish we got his number to talk about certain things, but yeah, we're just like not gonna be dealing with the other guy. Like, he might be there today, and I'm just like, man, I don't mess with you anymore. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of, you know, anxiety, and well, I have anxiety. Darius is just like, he got it. Some things we gotta discuss. Darius wrote some stuff down that we want to talk about. You know, we're gonna be taking pictures. We'll take you guys along and record and show you guys some stuff. Some things we want to measure. I gotta get a tape measure. We want to measure some walls, much stuff. So we'll take you guys along. We're about to drop off Cruz at my mom's house so we can, you know, do our adult thing. And yeah, we'll update you guys later. So pulling up, we have a door, and it looks like we got a side door, and we might have the backyard door too. We don't know yet. This is how it's looking. So still no windows. People across the street got windows, so we might be coming up next. Outside now, but we are done with our pre-drywall walkthrough. Everything went so well, so well. What do you think?
Good. I think that the guy that we had the right people there.
Yeah. So you know how we were talking about the property guy, the realtor or whatever of the community. We wasn't too fond of him, and thank God he was not there. Apparently we're not going to see him until closing day, so I'm happy about that because he is a butthole. We only met with that contractor guy that we talked about last time, that he's like straight up, he's so nice. Like, so he's the one who actually walked us through the entire house, if you guys see in the clips. And you know, we just mentioned about the color change on the top of the gable and stuff like that. Like, we didn't say like, can we do that? But you know, Darius said it in a way as if like, I just want to like confirm, like, can we change that, you know, something like that. And he was like, yeah, like what color, you know? He's gonna change the color, so everything will be completely black and only everything else will be like the white trimming, which is like the windows and stuff like that. And we're like, kept like repeating it to make sure like he writes it down. And he's like, and we got his number, so he was just like, you know, if you see them doing the siding or you see them painting, because like he knows that we visit often, he's like, you could just text us and be like, yeah, you know, don't forget about the black or whatever. He's like, oh yeah, my painter will be so happy to do that, because he doesn't have to worry about changing colors. He'll just continue right up like we said. So we're so happy about that. We did mention about the missing windows. So he like texted the guy while we were walking through, like, hey, there's 2 missing windows. There were electrical people there, electrical inspection from other people that was going around, and from those guys' faces, they looked like this is not done right. But like watching their faces, it made us feel better because they're about to fix it, you know. So I don't know who's the first people that are building the house. I'm happy that there's extra inspections, you know, to make sure that it's wired correctly. And since they were there when we mentioned about the missing windows, they're gonna like move those wiring to like make it lower to have space for the window. He's like, it's really easy to cut out those windows, and then since the electrician people are there, they can just move those wiring down and there's no problem with that. So we're like cool about that. But everything was good. We brought our tape measure to measure some furniture, because we brought some furniture already, but there's some other stuff that we want to get to make sure it fits. So what else? Anything else?
Only thing we asked them to change was the last thing that we saw, the light over the sink.
Oh yeah. Bathroom. So after our walkthrough, there's another house that's like the same exact model as ours. So we're like, I said, let's go in there. I was like, can we go in there to, you know, see how it is, so we can like measure stuff like that. He's like, oh yeah, feel free. Like I said, he is so nice. And I was like, oh, thank you. So we went into another house that looked exactly like ours, like with the walls up and everything, and it felt so nice, so airy, so big. Made us even more excited. We even measured like how our TV is gonna fit, because we got a 65-inch TV, and we were kind of nervous about that. It was gonna be too big. We put the measuring tape on the wall. It's gonna look perfect. So we was going through that house. We went upstairs to the second full bath, which would be the kids' bath, and their light circle was in the middle of the wall, which makes sense. But when we walked through our house, it was on the left side of the wall. When he was walking through, and I was just like, that don't look right. But I was just like, whatever, because in the model house they have double sinks, and we chose to just have 1 sink because that was an upgrade. But then when we went to the other house, they only have 1 sink too, and their light was in the middle. So before we left and got in the car, we ran into him again. We just let him know, like, hey, like, we saw the other house and the light was supposed to be in the middle. And he was like, all right, since the electrician people were right there listening to us, he's like, yeah, it's supposed to be in the middle, can y'all rewire that? Luckily we pointed that out. So it just comes to show you, when you building a custom home or even a semi-custom home, you would think they got this stuff together, but you still need to be on top of them. You still need to look through the house, making sure it looks right.
Building hundreds of houses at the same time.
Yeah. So and then we were in the last phase of this community, locked in like at a perfect time, because now the other houses that they're building, like that would be our neighbors, they're just building it, so you can't even like get it customized. So whenever it's built, people just will have to just buy it and just move in and can't get it customized. We were like one of the last people that got to like really customize their house and stuff like that.
I asked him what was the timeline, you know, moving forward, and he just said he basically can't do anything until the windows come in. So just waiting for windows. And once the windows come in, you will probably have about, what he said, between 55 and like 65 days.
He said 55 to like 70 days, which makes me nervous because it doesn't sound like we're going to be closing on our closing date. Our closing date is supposed to be mid-July. Still no windows. He said that usually they ship windows
4 houses at a time.
4 houses at a time. And he said just this morning, like 5 o'clock in the morning, 1 set of windows came. So they were putting the windows across the street because they're a little bit ahead of us. They did those windows, and he's like, he doesn't even have like any shipping date, like no communication on when the windows are coming. Like we said in our last video, he ordered those windows in February and they're still not here. So that's really making me concerned, because he's just like, you know, they're doing the windows now across the street, so like you know, we should be done within 55 to 70 days. What is 70 days from now? What is 70 days from now?
July 14th, 2021.
July 14th, and that's supposed to be our closing date.
But
And
that's the worst case scenario. So he always, every time he estimates anything, he's gonna estimate the worst case scenario.
Y'all, I don't think we're gonna be closing until mid-July now.
Because the windows could come
tomorrow. Who knows? Hopefully it comes tomorrow.
Never know when
so this just shows you, because like we've been doing like a lot of research about pre-drywall stuff, and they always say pre-drywall is after the doors and windows are in. That's a lie. They did a whole walkthrough without windows in. They did have doors though, so that's exciting. We do have all of our doors, just no windows, and that is the problem with, you know, COVID and everything like that. So it all depends on your builder, but the windows is the issue right now. But he said once the windows are in, they'll be rolling so quick. So we're excited about seeing the house across the street from us speed up.
So we'll know once the windows come in, we're gonna follow right behind.
It's definitely been a process. We've been learning so much along the way. We're gonna make another video on things that's like our regrets or things that we wish we'd done during this process. We'll probably make that video after we close and everything like that, so it could be, because you know, it's still not over yet. You know, is this considered halfway?
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel like we're
kind of halfway,
maybe even more than halfway there.
Well, once we get those windows, we'll be like 60%. Right now, I think we're at 50. It's definitely been a process. Thank you guys for watching this video. It's pretty long, but we were looking for pre-drywall vlogs, and there weren't any like how we wanted it. So we made this video as if we wanted to watch it. Hopefully this video was helpful for you. If you guys have any questions at all, we do like to do Q&A videos, so just leave questions down below and then we'll put that all in another video too. There'll be a lot more home videos to go since, you know, we're still in this process. So thank you guys for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up, comment down below, make sure you guys subscribe, and also follow our home Instagram page at home.sweet.j. See you guys next time.